Good morning. A little later than even yesterday because they decided to do a 2-hour delay. For what? I have no idea. Fizzy, how's it going, sir? Brad, how are you today? Pyro, Dan, Martin, Andy, JPP. How are y'all doing today? So, just cleaning up, printing some faces for the drawery drawers. I think this purple is pretty sweet. Yeah, Friday. So making progress. Oh Lord. Close to midnight. It was a bedtime stream. Yeah. You're all the way on the other side of the world. Busy, I'm trying to get to printing your stuff, man, but I blew up the beacon probe that I was installing on the 2.4 yesterday. So I haven't got to start printing that stuff yet. We're going to be using Fizzy's electronics mounting stuff on the Switchwire. What is it? EMS, electronic mounting system. That's what it's called. I am building a official Switchwire. In regards to it is an official Switchwire frame. Toolhead's going to be the new LDO Jabberwocky. It's going to have the new Enraged Rabbit Carrot Feeder 2.5 beta on it. What else are we doing with it? We're doing your EMS system, touch screen, all that sort of stuff. Update the Switchwire frame. Yeah. I can see some room for improvement on the Switchwire frame. The EMS frame, oh, I haven't started printing it, sir. So if you want to do any updates or whatnot to it and push them on over to me before I start printing that, let me know. All right. Yeah, so yesterday, we ended the stream with me being extremely frustrated about Beacon and all that. That issue was simply a space in front of the word beacon in the config section. That is what the solution to that problem was. After I got that figured out, we had connection issues, kind of like we did on the Trident, where it did not want to connect to the tool head and all that. But the way we solved it on the Trident was already implemented on the All right, yeah. I'll send you a ping. Probably be about a week. Probably next weekend. Yeah. The fix that we did on the Trident was already implemented. Apparently, there might be some issues with how much current the toolhead can provide to the beacon, or a bandwidth issue. One of the two. Because it seemed like it would connect to one and not the other, and which one it would do kind of flip-flop. So I was like, all right, well, maybe it's a data limit thing. So I unplugged stuff from the 3.0 port, plugged it in over at the 2.0 port. So the only thing on the 3.0 port was the hub. That didn't work. Plugged the toolhead board directly into the Pi. Still same issue. So I was like, all right, if I need to, I'll run another wire up to the toolhead. So I grab beacon cable, plug it in to the beacon, plug it into the Pi, turn it on, and hit go, and forgot. Now I remembered when I was wiring it up to the toolhead that beacon Rev H and Rev D have the pinouts reversed. So when I did, I sent voltage into that in reverse, and there's no reverse polarity protection on Rev D. Fried the beacon. Medic, how's it going, Vince? Said, see, that's why you're scared of Clipper. What printers do you have, Shrimp Father? It wasn't a Clipper issue. It was a this guy forgetting about something issue. And I could see a lot of people not knowing that they were wired in reverse and just thinking, oh, whatever. They have a couple different beacons they've bought over the years, and they swap cables not knowing and fry one, or not realize and just plug directly from their beacon into the toolhead with the little jumper wire that came with the thing, not knowing that one's different than the other. Yeah, she ain't cheap. So I ordered a cartographer. That's what we're going to put on there instead. Yeah, so you've got Clipper on stuff. All right. Let me open this door. It's getting a little warm in here. I closed it so I could take the trash out and the dogs not run outside. Yeah, they're expensive. I found that cartographer was easier to set up. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at what we've got thus far for this build. Get all of our ducks in a row. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Martin. Don't mean to scare you. That's the wrong one. That's the right one. So we have some Jabberwocky parts. We have Switchwire parts. Now you may notice that this isn't a whole lot of parts. And that's because I don't have any of the parts printed for the frame, for the enclosure. I don't think I'm going to do the enclosure, but I'm not entirely sure. We got Jabberwocky toolhead kits, courtesy of LDO. We've got a power supply. We've got skirts. Should have 5, 6. Yep, we have all the skirts. All right. So we're just going to lay this out, take an inventory of stuff here. Hardware for screws is coming in the mail today. Martin, how's it going? Oh, also, I was working. I got some Nerf blasters mounted over here. I'm printing mounts to hang up the last one now. And then we've got lots more Nerf blaster content coming. Martin, did you see the new video from Jim Chesky yesterday or last night? It's a sweet looking one. It's like a old school Western style revolver, like break open the top and you should have brought this to work. Oh fuck. All right, so that's what we got there. We got motion stuff over there. We've got motors in there. We got to get this down over here. Can you follow me? All right. You can follow me over here. We got lots of boxes and things all piled up. Lots of dragons. This guy has a broken wing. Does he have a broken? Yes, he has a broken wing. Anyway. Fuck. You guys have boxes and boxes of printer parts and stuff sitting all over your workshop too? I went through all this stuff not that long ago, back in the spring. I threw half of it away. What is your deal, camera? Unless you see my face, you can't tell I'm a person? Is that what your problem is? There we go. All right, so let's see what we got in here. We have a whole bunch of Switchwire parts. Anybody want Switchwire parts? I think we're gonna rip all the heat sets out of those. What's in here? Parts from when I did that Switchwire. Yeah, that's about it. All right, we got a panel for the bed. And black LDO Switchwire frame. Well, I ordered 4 more of those little micro things. And we got a key back. And we got a whole bunch of panels. What else is in here? Something else is down in here. Any of this have? No. Am I realistically going to use any of this shit? That's a negative. All right. He gave you another one? He's got another one in developments? How come he's not giving me anything? I feel left out. I feel alone and abandoned. Unloved. All right. No, so Fizzy, what this is back in the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I self-sourced a Switchwire. I was going to do an ender wire because I had an ender. I had just built the 2.4. I was like, I'll convert this over. I'll do an ender wire. Well, by the time I had bought everything, I'm like, wow. The only thing I don't have is an official frame. And so I went on and found on Discord somebody selling a frame, and the bed carriage, and a couple other Switchwire things, and bought that and built Switchwire. And then last April, I bought the blue Switchwire frame, panels, and everything else the guy had for a Switchwire, and switched my black frame out for the blue one, changed the printed parts, changed the color of it and everything, and put these up. And plan was to give them to my son to build a Switchwire, but he does not use his 3D printer very much. So I gave him my ender. So he has 2 ender 3s. And should he ever decide to get back into the hobby, I will help him do one of your Switchwire, your ender wire conversions, Fizzy. That is my plan now. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff there. Let's take a look at these old Switchwire parts. Luke, how's it going? RJ, how are you? Bearded Printer, welcome. Did I miss anybody else? Brad? I like thunderstorms too. Alright, so I think we saved this big 2.5, 2 gallon Ziploc, whatever that is. Sure, it'll come in handy at some point. Oh, you know what we need to do? Let's do this real quick. Oh, it's not on this computer. I need to put Fabrico and LDO's logos on here. Links in the descriptions to Fabrico and LDO. Both of them sponsored this build. LDO was kind enough to send the Jabberwocky toolhead and the filament for this build. Fabrico sent over a crap ton of miscellaneous odds and end parts that I didn't have. So shout out and thanks to both of them. I absolutely love this filament. It's Galaxy Black from Sparta 3D. It's like a greenish gray kind of thing. Yeah, Fabrico's awesome. So Hector, Jason, both of them awesome guys. All right, let's go through this. This has no heat sets. That has heat sets. That has no heat sets. No heat sets. No heat sets. It says magnets, but I'm not going to dick with those. This is mainly going to be a prep stream, sorting all this stuff out. Yep, you see a Jabberwocky. We're going to be putting that on here. You're going to be working on a Ender 3 NG. Awesome, man. Everybody's building those things. No, none of the parts have been updated on the official thing. Some of the stuff that I've printed out is stuff that is community mods rather than official parts. I'll try to call those out as I go. Yeah. Gotta do something with all the Ender 3s in the world. Yeah. All right. Let's get this old heat set iron over here. Whoops. Raj, how's it going? I most certainly am. We got a Jabberwocky kit right here, courtesy of Jason. So one thing I did do for, if anybody is using a stealth burner with the filament cutter, I made a modification to the lever arm and inserted a N52 neodymium magnet in the end of the compressor, and then took and put a grub screw into the filament cutter arm on the tool head, so when it compresses it, it just grabs onto this a little bit until the tool head moves far enough away and pulls that lever arm back out of there, because the springs in that system don't really have enough oomph to get your get that blade back out of the way. And that's even with like a bunch of sanding and all that kind of crap. Now this is a really good magnet, so I am going to reclaim this one. I don't know if Hector still sells them. I need to look. But this is one of the non-conductive N52 magnets that he sold a couple years ago. And they are the strongest ones I've seen anywhere. And I am almost out of them. Use them very sparingly in very select places. So I might be out of them. I am out of them. That's a sad day. Yeah, I wouldn't either, and that's the problem, because they are not readily available in my local area. When you do find them, they are wanting exorbitant prices for them. Like more than it would cost to buy one new. Like, I'm not paying $300 for an under 3. Nice. Did Open Builds close down? I didn't know that. When did they close down? In May? Yeah, like I keep looking because there's so many community projects out there that use them, and a lot of people have asked me like, hey, would you like to build this community project based around the Ender? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to, but I can't get my hands on a freaking Ender. Kegel, how's it going? Sure, Vince. Shoot me a message on Discord or something. Let me know what you're looking to get out of them. I have not. Boy, howdy, I tell you, after at a certain point, between so many servers and so many things going on, you start losing track and forgetting to check stuff. I'm sorry. I did mean to keep track of it, but I just lose track of stuff, man. You know what we need? Gummy bears. Gold bears. Sour ones. All right, JPP, take it easy, man. Delivered on the can of beef running. One of the enders that I want and one of the community builds that I said that I would do if I had an ender is fizzies. If you guys haven't taken a look, take a look at some of the stuff that Fizzy makes, man. He's got some great projects. Not just cool things. I mean, they are cool, but a lot of quality of life stuff too, which are some of my favorite mods. I had to order new foam tape for all the 2.4 panels. I was moving that around last night and to make room on this workbench for a new project here. Since it's kind of going to be a week or so before we can go any further with that, no point in having it sit on my bench. And notice that the foam on there was not in great shape, was compressed to the point where the locks for the panel weren't going to work. So I ordered foam tape. Jesus, I can't speak. Foam tape from Amazon. Found that ordering SAE size 1/4 by 1/8 netted me far more than ordering it in metric for less money. And like 1/8 is like 3.8 3.1, 3.2 millimeter, in that range. And 1/4 inch is what, 6.5 versus 5 millimeters. That's going to be fine. Nice, nice. Yeah, I keep getting asked to beta test stuff too. And some of the stuff I'd really like to. But I went down the beta testing road on the ERCF. And when you've got a lot of projects going, and there's a lot of really quick iterations with a project like that that requires a whole lot of building and unbuilding and whatnot, it got to the point where I just had to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna let this sit and wait until it's all said and done, or pretty damn close, and then I'll reprint everything and build it, because I can't run through 3 kilograms of film in a week reprinting stuff and rebuild this. By the time I get it rebuilt, there's already a new revision. I'm not saying that's the way it is with your project, Fizzy. Not saying that at all. But we have to start looking at how we classify stuff. So when I think of beta testing, I think of it as you're giving me a product that you're like 99% sure is done and ready for market, and you're just trying to button up that last little bit, find any cases on the outskirt that you may not have thought of. Alpha testing, I think of you've got it like 50% ready, and you're trying to work to that point where you can get beta testing. And then development is you're going to reprint stuff nonstop, right? So let's say for a hypothetical project that me, Fizzy, and Luke are doing, all right, we might look for a handful of people that want to be part of the dev team. We're going to design something. We're going to push this out to the dev team of, like, you know, a handful of people. They know that they're going to quickly iterate through it. Hopefully we've got some backing for it, right? If not, you know, but if we got some backing, maybe that helps pay for the parts and filament and stuff like that for the dev team, so that they're not coming out of pocket for it. And then once we've got it to that 50% thing, we look for some alpha testers. Maybe we expand out to 25 guys or girls, whatever, that want to build it and test it. So we push it out. They test it as is. We let them run it for a period of time, whatever it is, 2 weeks, 30 days, 6 months, a year, whatever we've decided we're going to test this as, depending on what size, what you are, whether you're 3 guys or a freaking company. Then we've got a list of changes we need to make. Make all those changes all at once. Push out a new revision. Right? Don't update it daily. We're not doing nightly builds on fucking shit. Nobody can afford to do that. And by the time you're in the alpha stage, your testers are paying for it out of pocket. Once you've got it wrapped up and all your alpha testers are like, yep, this is perfect. Like, all right, we're going to go to beta testing. We're going to push this out to a whole shit ton of people. Let them beta test it. If it works fine, great, we're going to ship it. If it doesn't, we'll do some little changes. I don't like getting asked to beta test something and finding out I'm not beta testing. I'm not alpha testing. You're in active development. Yeah. Luke, you built 10 box turtles? Damn. I'm sorry. That sucks. Hopefully you weren't footing the bill on all of them. Yeah, I need to get some fans. Man, I was pissed. So the fan on the Switchwire is 6020 on that Switchwire is dying. Makes a hell of a racket. So I ordered some 6020 just cheap Amazon fans. They get here and they're 6010s. So I gotta return those. Yeah, Fizzy, don't feel like it was like an attack at you in any way. It wasn't, because I've not done anything for you, so I can't speak from experience on how you handle stuff or don't handle stuff. I was just speaking from experience on why in the world I don't do very much beta testing for stuff anymore. Because I would love to. It's fun, man. It's fun. You get something out a little bit before everybody else, and then, you know, the ERCF V2 videos that I released 2 years ago or whatever it is now did really well. And I wasn't beta testing. I was just the first one to actually build one outside of the developer guys. You know, it got released and I already had the stuff and had it printed and building it. And those videos did really well for the growth of the channel. But shit, man. Like, so I was like, well, 2.5 would be cool. I can't do videos on it because it's a closed beta, so I can't really put stuff out there about it. And doing everything else, I just didn't have time to do it. So if a project is, you know, close to being done, you're like, I'm pretty sure this is good to go. There might just be one or two little things that I gotta tweak here or there. I'm good. I'm down. But if you tell me, yeah, we're trying to sort everything out and trying to figure out what direction we're going. Like I saw, not that they would ever let me fucking do it, but the Box Turtle team was looking for beta testers for Box Turtle V1.1 or whatever it is. I'm like, yep, nope, I'll pass. Especially after, you know, I knew Luke had built quite a few on beta tests and stuff. And after the experience I had with them on a personal level, I was not interested. But if you are interested, the Box Turtle team is looking for folks to do beta testing on the new revision of Box Turtle. "3D Print Junkie, how's it going?" Built a bunch of self-sourced in the LEO beta. Last two were during Rocky Mountain and Murph for giveaways. Yeah, I saw you building one at Murph. We were talking while you were doing that. I am building a new Switchwire with a frame from old Switchwire. I switched out. You can't see it, but that Switchwire used to have this black frame on it. So I'm using this black frame to build a new one. So it is a completely new build. What you would, or anybody else would do going into a Switchwire build if you open a brand new box and build it, but decided to use mods along the way, which most people do, unless it's your very first build. And even then, a lot of people that are doing their very first build are still not building it stock. Night, Fizzy. Have a good one, man. Look forward to using some of your stuff on this build. Oh no, did they lock themselves out? Hey, KB3D had that Prusa Mark III there. It said make an offer. Offered him a maker chip, but he didn't take it. I really wish he would have now, because then I could have built one of those Prusa wires. Maybe I should have made a slightly more serious offer. Haven't gotten around to building it. Sometimes you need a tall printer to print in color. There's some really big prints out there, man. Really cool stuff, too. But yeah, the little Pancake 2.4s are cool. There was a guy who was doing PIF stuff. Built little Pancake 2.4s that they were like all stacked on top of each other for printing PIF parts. I know when I did my 2.4, there was like a long wait, like a month or so for getting PIF parts. I wonder if there's a wait now. Does not seem like many people are building them anymore these days. Why'd you take it home with you? You didn't finish it, or nobody wanted, or what was the deal? Or did you win your own box turtle? There's got to be a story there. Oh, you got the... Okay, I got you. I thought you were saying you took the box turtle you were building home with you. You took the Mark III home with you. All right. Havoc, how's it going? All right. Well, here's the deal, folks. Hardware just got here for this. So, show of hands in chat. Should I go get the package off the porch, pull down the marble slab, and start putting this frame together? Or are you guys not interested in it today? All right. I shall go get it. In the meantime, let me pull up something for you guys to watch. Let's grab Trident 3.local. Let's grab the webcam and go over to the monitor. You guys keep an eye on this. It's printing Garage drawers. I'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Get this out of my way. All right. So we got hardware. Whole bunch of it. Screws and stuff I probably would have had. These 30-30 rolling T-nuts that would have got me. Last time I ordered them individually from KB3D. Honestly, I could have bought an entire hardware kit for what that costs. These staples out of here. Put the soldering iron back where it belongs. Switchwire. This is a Voron switchwire frame. Put these heat sets over here in our fracks. Go through so many heat sets. Damn it, clock. Dropping shit all over the place. All right. Let's see if you can do a thing and follow me. That'd be fun, Havoc. All right. So let's put some stuff back up here. Are you following me still, sir? You're not following me. You're doing a shitty job at this. I don't know what to tell you, folks. The camera's retarded. I just got to put these boxes we got down earlier back up here. I'll clean that up and organize it later. And then up here, There's a whole bunch of things. Legos for my daughter. Stuff for my uncle I keep forgetting to give him. A whole bunch of empty filament spools in case I need to re-spool something. I've been throwing all the cardboard ones away. Only been keeping these plastic ones. Cardboard ones barely survive 1 kilogram of filament, let alone 2. Then it's got a big ass tub of electronic stuff. We're just going to see if I can't push it on the back side of this. This thing's heavy enough as it is. All right. What are you staring at now? Do you even know what your job is, sir? There we go. Here we go. Captain, how's it going? All right, there we go. Yeah, I'd like to see what the progress is, Cap, too. Let me close this freezer. Fuck, that hurt. All right. We're gonna sit down for a minute and recover. You got pics and working on the video? Nice. Make sure you share a link when you got all that stuff posted, sir. That's not too bad. Cleaning stuff up takes forever. So while we take a short break here, to recover from moving this freaking slab. See, eventually I want to have half of this bench just be a granite top. I don't have to move anything. But that takes that I don't have. All right. Let's get back to it. Yeah, you can accumulate a lot of stuff. I got a dead tree that came down in a storm. It wasn't dead when it came down, but it's dead now. That I need to cut down the rest of the way and cut up. All right. Now we're going to need to start with this. Let's get a manual pulled up over here. All right. And we got a manual. That really likes to scroll way too fast. What is going on with that? All right. Done. Done. All right. These are our two for horizontal. Probably the Trident. Got classified steppers on it. All right, so I'm just gonna put these in here and tighten them down loosely. Oh. Flip it over and get this. To be all nice and square. No, it's perfectly fine. The issue is it might be actually printing slower than it would like to print. Yeah, might be printing slower than it would like. All right, that's dead on 90. Yeah, I'd like to get a set of Krakens too, Luke. I'd like to try a set of those out. Yeah, Havoc, I don't have any input one way or the other on doing an underwire versus an NG because I haven't built either one of them. So I don't have any input on that. Keel actually got slimed. I figured she would. What was the deal with why Jeremy's hair looks blue now? I see Jeremy's copying me and building a Blackbird. I figured it was for charity. I wanted for that stand up to cancer thing. I wanted to know what was the thing. And 5 by 10. Yeah, today I guess build whichever one looks more interesting to you personally. Does the NG require, it requires extra extrusions and stuff like that though, right? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. By the time you're into it for everything else you're going to have to put into it, I would definitely get the extrusions. It'd be great if my hand decided to work. There we go. Somebody's going on this. 140. I wish I'd known they were having a going out of business sale. I would have picked up some stuff. uh, right, what was I doing? Oh yes, we're going to save these stainless steel M306s because I got the black ones. I got a CR10 as well. It's over there printing mounts right now for putting these blasters on the side of the fridge. All right, so move this off to the side, aka the floor. Why is this not working? I have the wrong freaking driver. Mike, I just want you to know that I found it relatively amusing to watch you sit there and pretend like you didn't know what the NG was as well. Shit. Ear infection. I need to put some fucking antibiotic drops in it. I had ear surgery back in February. That was fun. All right. 165 millimeters. We're gonna have to break out my favorite acquisition from Murph, West 3D measuring stick. Hold on 1 minute. I haven't forgot about you guys. Bear with me a minute. All right, let's get this measured out. All right, let me double check this. 165. 165. All right. Well, there's a frame. We're gonna cut it early today. I gotta go deal with a situation. All right. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, Link in the description to Discord. Affiliate link for Polymaker. Thanks again to Fabrico and LDO for sponsoring this build. We'll be back again tomorrow. Catch you all later.